Right, can you see my presentation well? Let's see, yeah? Wonderful. So,
yes,
great. So MVRDV, for who doesn't know it, we have been founded in '92 instantly with a big project, a television center that redefined the way we work in the Netherlands. We became worldwide famous in 2000 by this building, which is the Expo Pavilion for the Netherlands, as landscapes of the Netherlands stacked on top of each other. In the 5th floor, you see a forest. And we have also, for example, built this library in China. So we work all over the world. We have 250 people in the office. But most important is, of course, the philosophy. We know that we transform our planet at the moment in a very bad way. And we know that urban sprawl is one of the major problems of global emission. So the moment that we build a city like this, it's very friendly to us, it's comfortable, but it's bad for the planet. So we should be living in a more efficient way, a bit like in Hong Kong, for example. However, this is a city that is perhaps better for the planet, but very bad for human beings. And you might remember that the SARS breakout also had its origin here. So how do you make a city better? We believe that we should combine these two typologies, and basically we dream of skyscrapers that have suburban lifestyles, combining suburbia with the dense city. And for us, for example, there's the question, can we create a European typology skyscraper? Can we bring social values of Europe into the skyscraper? So here you have a normal skyscraper, and at the Delft University, in a big research group, we actually tried to make the skyscraper different and to reinvent it into a more European typology. And this is then how it looked like. Lego gave us 1 million Lego stones to make them. These towers are now in the Centre Pompidou in Paris, where you can see them. But for us, this was a research looking into the social fabric of the skyscraper. And we basically dream of bringing the qualities of an Italian mountain village into the skyscraper and make it a much more social typology. And we actually are able to build this. We script our buildings sometimes. And here you see one of the buildings in Amsterdam, which is now under construction, which will certainly be having the qualities of a vertical village. And it's also a mixed use. And here you see it's soon topping out. And then it will be planted. And maybe it brings the Bosco Verticale one step further. It's not just green, but it's also a social building. Then in the world, of course, we have many, many buildings, and they all need to be transformed. It's a daunting job that we have to do in the world. And the question is very interesting. For example, here, the street that you see is in Ventimiglia, a suburban part of Ventimiglia. It's quite ugly. It's normal people. And how will we ever make this happen, that these buildings become sustainable in the future? So this is a very interesting basis to look at. At MVRDV, we're trying to do this, for example, with historical buildings like this building in Rennes will be transformed into a mixed-use building in the future, but also uglier buildings like this warehouse in the port of Gothenburg will be extended, densified. We will build a wooden construction on top. We will double the building, and then in the end, it will hopefully be a much more sustainable and better performing building. Or here in Kiel in the north of Germany, there is this creative hub in an old fabric factory, which will also get a wooden construction on top. First offices, then housing, and in the end it will look also here a little bit like a village where people are able to design their own apartments fully so that they have their dream house built by themselves. So this is just a few examples of buildings that we want to transform to actually come to a better city. And but today I'm supposed to talk a bit about urban renewal, and I want to extend the scale. Especially I want to talk about 3 projects, and I want to start with Bordeaux Bastide Niel, where we are trying to recreate the intimate European village and make it new in a way. Bordeaux is a very courageous city. In the 60s, they tried to build the city of the future, the Mériadeck, which is basically a very failed project in terms of urbanism. But they wanted to do it again. And this time they said, we want to have the qualities